What if we lived in cities underwater? Imagine waking up to the soft, shifting light of the sea, filtering through the high, domed ceiling above your bed. Gone are the sounds of traffic and city bustle as we know them. Here, in this world beneath the waves, the pulse of the city is a gentle thrum, like the heartbeat of the ocean itself. In this vision of the future, humanity has not just survived, but thrived beneath the surface, building cities that defy expectation and embrace the constant wonder and challenge of aquatic life. But how did we get here? Perhaps it was the press of a growing population on land, the challenge of rising sea levels, or the irresistible lure of exploration that drove us. The first underwater habitats were small, cramped, experimental outposts built on the ocean floor, tethered to the surface by a network of cables and pipelines supplying air and power. Today, those pioneering structures have grown into sprawling, interconnected metropolises, pearlescent domes and glittering towers rising from the seafloor, as intricate and bustling as any city above. The challenges were immense: the crushing pressure of the deep, the need for breathable air, fresh water, and stable energy, the looming threat of corrosion and filtration, all had to be solved before life underwater could be sustainable. But human ingenuity, aided by technological leaps in engineering, materials science, and biomimicry, found answers. Bioengineered algae grow in vast panels along every city's outer skin, recycling carbon dioxide and exhaling fresh oxygen into living spaces. Giant pumps and desalination arrays draw in seawater, filter and purify it, turning the ocean's abundance into potable water and clean air. Structural wonders, pressure-resistant alloys, flexible glass composites, and living coral-reinforced exoskeletons make every building strong, beautiful, and safe. In this world, the daily commute is unlike anything our ancestors knew. Walkways of transparent, resilient glass stretch between domes, giving every pedestrian the experience of strolling through tunnels wrapped in endless blue. Trains glide magnetically atop rails safe within tubes, linking city districts, while specialized submersible pods cluster in stations, waiting to take residents on longer journeys or for work shifts in the outer reaches of the city, where research, repair, and exploration teams ply their trade. Central plazas are luminous with the glow of bioluminescent organisms, cultivated and enhanced to light public spaces in every shade of the rainbow. Living walls of seaweed and coral filter water and provide habitat for creatures that now share our cities. Schools of fish darting through carefully maintained ecosystems, octopuses making homes in niches carved into exterior walls, crabs and shrimp keeping the floors meticulously clean. Every surface teems with life, and the boundaries between architecture and nature are less distinct than ever before. Life in an underwater city reshapes how we relate to time and space. Sunlight arrives in shifting liquid beams, filtered through hundreds of meters of water and enhanced with light harvested from geothermal vents, or through sprawling ocean surface solar collectors. Seasonal changes are felt as variations in the light's hue and intensity, not by the presence of wind or biting cold. Nights are marked not by blackness, but midnight blue, illuminated by starlight refracted through the shifting surface so far above, and by the soft, perpetual luminescence of the city itself. To live here means adapting to new rhythms. Recreation is often aquatic, diving in protected city bays where dolphins play, swimming in vast pools that mimic the open ocean, joining expeditions to study migrating whales, or exploring artificial reefs that serve as parks and playgrounds. Children learn to move as comfortably in water as on land, their skills nurtured from birth by schools that blend traditional lessons with hands-on marine biology, diving techniques, and the stewardship of aquatic ecosystems. Our understanding of community is transformed. To live underwater is to be in constant symbiosis, not just with technology, but with marine life. Cities develop unique character based on local ecology. One cultivates lush kelp gardens supported by gentle currents, while another specializes in deep-sea research alongside communities of glow-in-the-dark jellyfish. Local cuisine celebrates the bounty of the ocean, cultivated through careful aquaculture, delicate sea greens, sustainably harvested fish, innovative preparations that use the unique flavors and textures of sea creatures unknown or untapped before. Harvest festivals revolve around the spawning seasons of favored species, and the city mourns when an unexpected die-off darkens the waters or silences the reefs. Art and culture reflect the strange new beauty of this world. Walls vibrate with color from shifting coral mosaics and bioluminescent tapestries. Music is composed to process the low, resonant rumble of water and the haunting songs of distant whales. Dance incorporates fluid, weightless motion, blurring the line between land and sea. Storytelling celebrates the pioneers who first made the depths home, tales of triumph against adversity, daring rescues from moon-pulled currents, and the wisdom of listening to the sea. With such proximity to the ocean's wildness, city dwellers must cultivate respect and caution. Every hurricane or tsunami, every warning from deep-sea sensors of seismic shocks, every subtle change in salinity or temperature that threatens to tip the balance of local ecosystems, these are not distant news items, but existential realities. The work of engineers, scientists, divers, and ecologists is woven into the very fabric of civic life. Community drills rehearse responses to emergencies, and everyone, child or elder, understands their role in maintaining safety and balance. Yet this world also offers profound advantages. Isolation from the chaos and congestion of the land enables a different kind of peace. Pollution is strictly regulated, with every output scrupulously scrubbed, filtered, and used to nurture sea life or generate energy. Underwater cities can be self-sustaining in ways that terrestrial ones never managed. Integrated vertical farms grow crops illuminated by high-efficiency marine LEDs, waste is recycled and repurposed, and the constant presence of water buffers against extreme temperature swings. Medical science benefits from novel marine compounds, spurring new treatments and innovations. The social fabric evolves as connection relies less on traditional roads and more on intricate networks, both physical and virtual. Friends and family gather in communal gardens that feel like miniature reefs, and celebrations often spill over into the water itself. Parades of illuminated swimmers, floating lanterns riding gentle eddies, schools of children racing through underwater obstacle courses. Governance responds to new demands. City councils now include marine ecologists and ocean engineers, tasked with balancing growth with the needs of surrounding ecosystems. Every decision, from expansion to garbage disposal to energy production, is filtered through the lens of sustainability, lest a misstep upset the delicate treaty between human ingenuity and the vast, unpredictable sea. Commerce, too, has been transformed. This is an economy intimately tied to the ocean's rhythms. Trade in rare minerals and unique marine compounds is balanced with the export of advanced underwater construction techniques, energy solutions, and the expertise needed to maintain habitats in the deep. Tourism flourishes as visitors flock to experience life below the waves, floating hotels and submersible excursions adding to the city's economy, yet always guided by strict protocols to protect the environment. Communication with the land is maintained through high-bandwidth fiber cables and state-of-the-art quantum relays. But over time, underwater cities increasingly develop their own identity, a sense of separateness and pride in this shared challenge and achievement. A person raised here may feel out of place on dry ground, missing the hush and liquidity of the deep, the dense, warm air, the constant, soothing pressure of the sea. The ocean is both an ancient presence and a constant reminder of our fragility. Great festivals mark the remembrance of those lost to the depths, the bravery of emergency crews who rescued a stranded dome or fought off an invasive species. As children grow, they are taught not just local history, but the lore of the sea, the names of old whales, the routes of currents, the mythic monsters said to live in trench and abyss. Thanks for sticking with us until the end of the video. What do you think would really happen if this became reality? How would the world change? Share your thoughts or your own what-if theories in the comments below. Who knows? Your idea might inspire our next video. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep exploring the wildest possibilities with us. See you in the next unexpected what-if adventure. Most profoundly, daily life is infused with a sense of awe. Simple acts, watching a school of rays glide past your window, hearing the distant echo of humpbacks, glimpsing the glow of plankton on a dark night, serve as reminders of the majesty and power of the world outside. This is a city built not on cement or steel, but on partnership with forces far larger and stranger than ourselves. Challenges remain. The specter of technological failure is an ever-present threat, demanding constant vigilance. Every city must balance growth with environmental stewardship, lest the delicate web of marine life be damaged beyond repair. Disaster, be it a deep quake, a malfunction in pressure systems, a swarm of invasive creatures, or a breakdown in food production, would have vast, immediate consequences. Yet for every threat, there is resilience and hope. Human communities bound together by purpose, skill, and imagination. In the long run, what does it mean to call such a city home? Perhaps the most lasting change is in mindset. A humility born of dependence on the sea, a respect for its boundaries, and a determination to live lightly within them. People develop a new relationship to nature, not as conquerors, but as careful custodians, learning each day from the ways of fish and coral, from the relentless adaptability of life beneath the waves. Generations pass in this world. Children swim before they walk, their lungs and ears adapted, through training, through medical science, perhaps even gentle gene editing, to thrive in this pressurized, oxygen-rich environment. Elders gather to tell stories, passing on knowledge of tides, currents, and history. New traditions arise, blending cultures from the surface with the practicalities and mysteries of the sea. Languages evolve, incorporating terms and metaphors drawn from marine life, the rhythms of tides, and the cycles of migration. Cities expand, exploring ever deeper, learning to harness geothermal energy from vents, and developing pressure-proof habitats that can dive to the edge of the midnight zone. Some communities become semi-nomadic, traveling in slow, deliberate, submersible colonies that follow the drift of plankton or the movements of migrating fish. Others anchor themselves to undersea mountains, building monuments to resilience and sustainability that rival any city on land. And what about the rest of humanity? Many remain on the surface, farming, building, raising children in places where the air is thin and the winds blow cold. Trade, culture, and communication continue, but the two worlds slowly diverge. Surface dwellers see underwater cities with awe and suspicion, romancing their mystery, fearing their difference. Underwater citizens return to the surface as travelers, greeted as both kin and strangers, eager to share tales of their home's dazzling wonders and sobering dangers. Over centuries, these cities become crucibles for learning about our planet. Marine biologists map the migrations of leviathans and the flowering of coral blooms. Climatologists record subtle shifts in the ocean that presage global change. Artists paint with light and sound in spaces where water is both canvas and muse. Philosophers consider the lessons of the depths, in cooperation, humility, and the joy of discovery. Through it all, the relationship between city and sea is perpetual negotiation. Technology evolves. Habitats become ever more integrated, using advances in synthetic biology, AI, and sustainable energy. But the fundamental fact remains: to live underwater is to be in partnership. Here, the illusion of total mastery is impossible. The sea's quiet power humbles us. The need for stewardship fosters a culture of care. Each generation asks anew, how best to flourish in this vibrant, precarious, awe-inspiring place? To live underwater is to be constantly reminded of connection. Every breath is a gift filtered by living organisms. Every meal an offering from the interplay of light, water, and life. Every celebration a mingling of land-born hopes with oceanic rhythms. As cities grow, adapt, and deepen their roots in the aquatic world, humanity is transformed. Not only in how and where we live, but in the very essence of our culture, spirit, and imagination. Our myths take on new shapes. Heroes battling not dragons, but roving sharks or deadly currents. Love stories unfolding amidst coral labyrinths and kelp forests. Lullabies evoke the slow, steady pulse of the tide. the restful silence of the abyss. Our dreams are lit with the unearthly glows of midnight creatures and the shifting blues of a world without horizons. So what if we lived in cities underwater? Perhaps we would come to see our home, Earth, as an ocean planet, its true wonders lying not on peaks and plains, but in the rolling, mysterious deep. Perhaps we would grow closer to nature, more inventive, more humble, richer for having found a way to live, work, and grow in communion with the most ancient and powerful force on our planet. Perhaps, in learning to live beneath the waves, we would rediscover what it truly means to belong to the world and to each other. The voyage is just beginning. Every new city, every life born beneath the surface, every challenge overcome and beauty discovered adds to a tapestry as boundless as the sea itself. We become, in time, not just citizens of nations or continents, but citizens of the ocean, charting new depths, forging new futures, forever shaped by the wonder and wisdom of life beneath the waves.